Princess Diana passed away at the age of 36, with 15 of those years spent as the wife of a prince. Though not an extensive period, it proved sufficient for her legacy to endure and for conversations about her to persist to this day. In life, she embodied more than just her royal status. She was indeed the Queen of Hearts. Who could have foreseen back in 1981, as the young and radiant bride of the Prince of Wales walked down the aisle adorned with a tiara intricately patterned with hearts, that she would forever captivate the hearts of millions with her benevolent spirit? The uniqueness of this adornment lies in its origins. It was assembled from various components. The main part of the tiara was a wedding gift from Lady Cynthia Hamilton, Diana's grandmother, given by Lady Sarah Spencer in 1919 when Cynthia married Viscount Althorp. The remaining elements of the tiara also belong to Lady Sarah's collection, dating back to the 1870s. In the 1930s, the jewellery house Garrard was tasked with transforming these pieces into a tiara for the Spencer family. Lady Di's wedding tiara, adorned with diamonds and featuring silver elements, initially did not exude such magnificence. It underwent enhancements in 1927 when it was sent for redesign by renowned English jewellers. Intricate swirls of stars and flowers were augmented with 4 additional floral motifs crafted from other diamond pieces belonging to the Spencers. Additionally, a diamond brooch was added to the dazzling tiara, received by Lady Cynthia Hamilton as a wedding gift from Lady Sarah Spencer in 1919. The brooch's second owner became Diana's grandmother, Lady Spencer. Once this precious centerpiece was incorporated into the elaborate headpiece, its transformation was complete. Another family heirloom is the honeysuckle tiara. Information circulating online suggests that the first owner of the accessory was Charlotte Seymour, who married the 5th Earl Spencer in 1858. One of the earliest depictions of Charlotte wearing the tiara, adorned with motifs of honeysuckle flowers and meanders, is considered to be a portrait published in The Graphic magazine in 1872. The publication noted, "The Countess Spencer was dressed in a white satin gown adorned with pearl ornaments. Her head was crowned with a tiara encrusted with diamonds. The court lady's neck was adorned with a necklace of diamonds and pearls." Cynthia, the wife of the 7th Earl Spencer, decided to adorn herself with the ancestral tiara at the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953. It is noteworthy that in the versions they wore, the diamond elements of the honeysuckle were at the same level as the meander, unlike future iterations of the accessory. Additionally, in Charlotte's version, there were 5 honeysuckle flowers at the front, whereas Cynthia's version had only 3. At some point, the tiara transformed into a taller and more traditional diadem. It utilized rhomboid meander elements as its base, resembling the letter S. Meanwhile, 9 diamond elements of honeysuckle were positioned above the geometric ornamentation. At the center of the tiara's base, a single honeysuckle flower element was also placed. At the wedding of Lady Di and Prince Charles, the honeysuckle tiara sparkled with diamonds, adorning the high hairstyle of Countess Rain, the bride's stepmother. The most famous wearer of the accessory, of course, was Diana, Princess of Wales. However, she never wore it publicly. On the internet, one might encounter a photo of Diana in a tiara somewhat resembling the honeysuckle tiara. However, this is merely a montage, not an authentic photograph. It is also noteworthy that none of the wives of the current Earl Spencer utilized the family heirloom. Current Countess Spencer Karen Villeneuve expressed her views on the tiara in her blog, describing it as uncomfortable and practically impossible to wear. Another tiara belonging to the Spencer collection was Lady Delia Spencer's diamond tiara. A veritable anthem to the art of jewelry, it embodies refined geometry. It too became a wedding gift in 1914, presented by the 6th Earl Spencer to his daughter. Lady Delia's brother is the grandfather of Princess Diana. This transformative tiara consists of 800 large and smaller transparent crystals and can be converted into an extraordinary necklace. This masterpiece by the family's jewelers was also utilized during wedding festivities. For instance, the tiara adorned the hairstyle of the bride of the princess's nephew, Sandra Pole. For unknown reasons, in 2016, the family heirloom was sold at auction for £70,000. Yet inexplicably a year later, the tiara resurfaced as a precious lot at another auction. Interestingly, it was advertised specifically as a royal accessory to drive up its value. Eventually, An undisclosed buyer acquired the item for a significantly more substantial sum of £180,000 sterling. Another tiara in the Spencer collection belonged to Rain, Countess Spencer, Diana's stepmother, and it had access to many splendid jewelry collections. However, this versatile tiara with pearls and diamonds was part of her personal jewelry collection. In 1976, Rain, Countess of Dartmouth, married the 8th Earl Spencer, becoming the stepmother, among others, to Diana, Princess of Wales, who dubbed her Acid Rain. Renovation and restoration of the family estate, Althorpe House, carried out by Countess Spencer, were equally unpopular among her stepchildren and nature conservationists. After the death of the Earl Spencer in 1992, the widowed countess was evicted from Althorpe along with her designer clothes in trash bags, but she received an inheritance of £4 million sterling and a townhouse in Mayfair. In 1993, Countess Rain Spencer married Count Jean-François Pinton de Chambron, a marriage that lasted only until 1995, when Countess Jean-François Pinton de Chambron reverted to her former style of Rain, Countess Spencer. Towards the end of her life, the Countess reconciled with Diana, Princess of Wales, and was invited to her funeral, later being called to testify at the inquest into her death in 2007. Leading a high-profile life until the end, Rain, Countess Spencer, passed away in London in 2016. The tiara with large pearl buttons in an antique Victorian setting, which can be worn as a necklace, most likely originates from the collection of Lady Barbara Cartland, or was purchased from her Spencer inheritance since it was worn only by Rain, Countess Spencer, after the end of her 3 marriages. One of the first presentations of this item, as a necklace, took place at the Opera Ball in Vienna in 1998. In 2002, Countess Rain Spencer wore the pearl diamond tiara at a banquet in honor of Queen Margaret II of Denmark's return, hosted at the Natural History Museum in London during her state visit to the United Kingdom. The tiara was displayed at the Pearl exhibition at the Victoria and Albert Museum in 2013 and 2014, but was soon sold to the Albion Art Collection, where it presumably remains to this day. Another tiara belonging to the Spencers is known as the Fermoy tiara. Lady Fermoy was often depicted wearing this diamond tiara with columns of diamond-shaped leaves topped with round diamonds, which she particularly wore at the coming-out ball for her daughter, Honourable Frances Roche, in 1953, and at the Queen's coronation the following month. She also wore the tiara at the Royal Caledonian Ball in 1959, while expecting the Queen Mother, and at a gala concert in 1968. In 1954, Lord and Lady Fermoy's eldest daughter, Honourable Cynthia Roche, wore the Fermoy tiara when marrying Sir Anthony Berry. In the same year, her sister Honourable Frances Roche wore the tiara at her wedding to Viscount Althorpe, heir to the Spencer earldom, and they became the parents of Diana, Princess of Wales. The tiara was not publicly depicted on any subsequent Lady Fermoy or their daughters and daughters-in-law, but it likely still belongs to the family, who resides at Nethercote House. Aside from tiaras, there were other adornments such as chokers. Diana was a huge fan of pearls, and her collection included dozens of different pearl ornaments. Take, for instance, the iconic sapphire and diamond choker that Lady Di complimented her revenge dress with. On her 18th birthday, Diana received a gift from her family, a triple-strand choker of small pearls with a floral element in the center adorned with turquoise. Similar necklaces were also received by the sisters of the future princess. Diana wore her favorite accessory several times, pairing it, for example, with a red dress with a lace collar in 1985, as well as a strict suit in 1994. Sometimes Diana hid the clasp at the back, leaving only 3 strands of pearls visible. Another equally famous piece is the pearl necklace. The history of the necklace dates back to 1613 when Elizabeth Stuart married Frederick V of the Palatinate. As a wedding gift, Elizabeth received 3 pearl pendants. The jewellery passed down to her son, the famous Prince Rupert, and later, in 1726, they were sold by his daughter Rupert to Sarah Churchill, Duchess of Marlborough, the favourite of Queen Anne. Sarah remodelled the purchased jewellery into another necklace, combining pearls with diamonds given to her by Queen Anne. After her death in 1744, the necklace was inherited by her grandson John, the first Earl Spencer. The ornament was passed down in the Spencer family and was first photographed on Charlotte Spencer Countess in the 1800s. Princess Diana appeared in this necklace only once in the 1980s. The jewelry was inherited by Lady Di, and after her demise, it was not spotted anywhere else. Her Royal Highness, Princess Diana, the engagement ring of Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, is now beloved by many. But when it was chosen, it sparked much controversy. Despite its sapphire center stone surrounded by diamonds, it deviated from the more traditional diamond ring. However, the issue wasn't that. It was that it was off the shelf. For most royals, engagement rings are custom-made, ensuring their uniqueness and specialness. For example, Prince Harry took 6 months to design his, and Miss Meghan Markle's engagement ring had a central diamond from Botswana, where he had taken her for 3 to 4 weeks when they were dating. The ring also features 2 additional diamonds, one on each side, from his mother's jewelry collection. So for Prince Charles, the future king, to simply purchase one off the shelf seemed dubious. So anyone with £28,000 could have the same ring as the future Queen of England. Until Diana's tragic car accident in 1997, she ensured her jewelry collection was passed on to her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Prince Harry was the one who initially took their mother's engagement ring, but once his brother, Prince William, considered proposing to Catherine Middleton, Prince Harry allowed his elder brother to take their late mother's engagement ring. The Duke of Cambridge explained that it was important to him as he relates to Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, to continue Diana's legacy. He said, "It was my mother's engagement ring, and it's very special to me as Kate is now too. It was right to put these 2 rings together. It was my way of making sure Mom didn't miss out on today and the excitement of the future." It is the Swan Lake necklace. In 1997, Diana attended a royal gala concert featuring Swan Lake, adorned with a necklace borrowed from the royal jeweler, Garrett. The necklace boasted diamonds and South Sea pearls. Diana hoped to own the necklace along with matching earrings that had not yet been made. Dubbed the Swan Lake necklace, it gained fame in the auction world. The last time it was sold at auction, it fetched $12 million. The reason this piece became famous is that it was the last necklace Diana wore before her fatal car accident in 1997. The Prince of Wales feather brooch, a magnificent piece of jewelry, is the Prince of Wales feather brooch. It was gifted by Prince Charles to Diana during their wedding. The brooch, adorned with diamonds in a golden setting, featuring 3 feathers, was remarkable. Diana adored this piece of jewelry and wore it frequently to showcase her love for her husband. When Charles gave her a pair of emerald earrings, Diana took inspiration and added an emerald drop to the brooch pendant. Today, the pendant with the emerald drop has been gifted to Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, including the emerald earrings that were once a lover's, and now a second wife to Charles. In 1991, Diana embarked on a solo tour of Pakistan. She began to subtly send signals of loneliness. Knowing that earrings draw attention to the face, she chose the largest bear claw, a wedding gift from the Emir of Qatar. She often wore elaborately diamond and pearl earrings on many occasions. Diana had another pair of pearl earrings, a wedding gift from the Spencer family jeweler, Collingwood. She wore them with the lover's knot tiara and King Faisal diamond necklace, borrowed from the Queen. In 1993, after the split from Charles, Diana attended the English National Ballet performance at Her Majesty's Theatre in London. But Diana's life, half in the royal family and half outside it, was fraught with difficulties. At this stage, she tried to find a delicate balance in her new life. She emphasized her still royal status by wearing several strands of pearls around her neck, reminiscent of Queen Alexandra, the former Princess of Wales, which I find very interesting as she repeated Princess Alexandra's style, who was one of the most elegant princesses in British history. It was very beautiful, very elegant on her part, and of course, very romantic. In the early 1990s, Diana popularized pearl chokers inherited from the Spencer family, creating a new fashion trend. She almost single-handedly initiated what was termed as the new romantic grey colors, and the pearl choker became a symbol of the new romantic image for her high-necked collars. Pearls, which she wore, truly played into this very well. Sapphires, princesses and rulers shower the bride with gifts. The most extravagant was this magnificent Burmese sapphire suit from the hereditary Prince of Saudi Arabia. The set included earrings, a bracelet, a watch, a ring, and a large pendant. Diana reworked the set into a velvet ribbon choker. She especially liked the sapphire and diamond set she received as a wedding gift from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and she loved wearing it. This was significant for her as a young woman who had suddenly assumed this mantle of grandeur and splendor, and the jewels, of course, helped her. She wore them beautifully, bringing something light, fresh, and youthful to the jewelry scene, something we hadn't seen in England for a long time. In 1996, Diana wore this 11-strand pearl choker with Saudi earrings by Versace during a confident visit to the US for a charity event. The Saudi jewels were among her favorites. On this occasion in Washington, she wore Saudi diamond and sapphire watches from Cardiff 1981, and the nervous young Princess of Wales in Saudi sapphires prepared to address the people of Wales. Come to Wales and to its capital, Cardiff. I look forward to returning many times in the future. And I also want to say that I'm proud to be a princess of such a wonderful place and the Welsh people, who are special to me. Thank you. Armani Jewels. In November 1986, Prince Charles and Princess Diana rescheduled their tour from Qatar to visit the Sultan at his palace and the people of Oman. His stern demeanor spoke of a man with traditional tastes, but he was a host who truly knew how to please a guest. Diana received a set of wonderful jewels. Initially, Buckingham Palace denied receiving these extravagant gifts. Lavish gifts from wealthy individuals were not new to members of the royal family accustomed to receiving them. Diana was delighted with her very precious gift from the Sultan of Oman, whose style resembled a crescent moon, a symbol of Islamic faith, but the frame of the necklace, bracelet, and earrings was stunningly modern. A year later, during a tour of Germany, Diana presented her priceless Armani jewels. She wore a velvet dress in which she danced at the White House. The Spencer tiara held in place thanks to her tousled hair. In the midst of a strained marriage, the royal couple appeared under the flag of Britain, Art Deco emerald. The emerald choker was originally gifted to Queen Mary by the ladies of India in 1911, then passed to Diana for her lifetime use by Queen Elizabeth II shortly after her marriage to Charles. In 1985, photos of Princess Diana and Prince Charles dancing together in Melbourne during their tour of Australia made headlines, delighting people to see them dancing. But more importantly, they became another testament to Diana's style icon status. For the evening, the princess wore a one-shoulder green dress paired with diamond and emerald earrings and, as it turned out, a matching tiara. But it wasn't a mere coincidence. She wore the choker as a tiara, and she liked the effect so much that she left it there. It showed that she didn't take them too seriously. She clearly enjoyed and loved wearing jewelry. She wore them beautifully, but there was a light homage that was part of her personal style. She loved playing with them, and I think it had a huge influence on fashion and jewelry wearing during the 80s. Lover's Knot Tiara, Tiara Lover's Knot, created after the tiara of the Grand Duchess of Vladimir. Queen Mary created the stunning tiara, which she gave to Diana as a wedding gift. Known as the Love Without Love tiara, it was made in 1914 by Garrett's to Queen Mary's own design. Diana wore it at various state occasions and on many foreign tours. In 1989, she wore the Lover's Knot in Hong Kong with a white, pearl-encrusted Elvis Presley-style dress and jacket by Catherine Walker. At the beginning of her course, Diana wore this tiara quite normally for ordinary events. Then suddenly she turned up in Hong Kong in this gorgeous, pearl-encrusted Elvis outfit with the Love Without Love tiara. We had not seen such glamour, and especially we had not seen the combination of such youthfulness with such magnificent and sumptuous jewelry as she brought. Youth and freshness in jewelry is what she brought wherever she went. She brought radiance in people's lives. Her image will never be forgotten. She was radiant, she was exceptional, and in my opinion, she brought a lot to the royal family. I think we should think of her legacy as something very sweet and powerful. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Put a like in front of you is waiting for a lot of interesting. That's all for today. All the best to you.